Hi Capricorn, welcome to The Modern Spiritualist. My name is Raheem. Today we're going to do the October general reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if you know your sun sign and it's Capricorn, you're in the right place. If you know your moon and your rising signs, make sure to look for those as well. I did a Celtic cross spread for the month of October with the catalyst energy, so we'll go through each of these cards and then we'll go through them individually. But this is just so you can see the spread. So your catalyst energy, which is your theme or like your connecting thread through all of these cards for October, we have the Knight of Swords reversed. This is a Thoth deck, remember? So those of you that know Tarot, this would actually be the King of Swords in like a Rider Waite deck. Like if I pull this energy with this deck, it would be the King of Swords, so keep that in mind. Okay, so going into the Celtic cross, Heart of the matter, which is kind of what's on your heart, or the central theme for the month of October, or your starting place, in other words. We have the Two of Pentacles, which I believe is a Capricorn and Jupiter energy. Yeah. Okay. And then crossing that, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Deep past affecting the future, we have the Eight of Cups reversed. New circumstance, we have the Justice card, and I went ahead and pulled a clarifier, and I got the Page of Wands reversed. In your foundation this month, we have the Judgment card reversed. And crowning you, this is what's inspiring you, this is what you're thinking about this month, we have the Page of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Your energy for the month of October, we have the Seven of Swords. And in your environment, we have the Eight of Wands, one of my favorite cards. In the position of what you fear this month, we have the Moon. And your outcome energy for this month is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, it came out sideways, which I usually just read as upright. I'm only going to mention this because it is the Wheel of Fortune, and I feel called to mention this. This is really kind of a measure of the fact that your fate is really in your hands this month, and the actions that you take this month is going to determine the outcome of this wheel, whether it comes out in the upright or the reverse. Okay, so we'll talk about that. Okay, so starting with your catalyst energy, we have the Knight of Swords. Some of you will be suffering from a lot of inaction this month, and that might not necessarily mean that you're not taking action. I never really see a huge moment where Capricorn doesn't take any action, generally speaking. I mean, that's, in general terms, not an individual case-by-case basis necessarily, but as a whole, archetypally, Capricorn doesn't really stop moving. And so for some of you, maybe you're not taking action, and maybe you're just kind of rejuvenating or whatever, which is not necessarily a bad thing. For others of you, you may just be kind of struggling to take action, like it feels like you're slogging along a little bit. With the Mars retrograde going on in October, that's not a big shock. This could also be you're kind of waiting for things to come in or things to shift for you, and they just don't really seem to be shifting. But I would just tell you guys to hang tight and wait for the end of these retrograde cycles in late November, December, because that's when things will start moving forward for you again. Just because they're not moving forward in October, or if they're just moving rather slowly, it doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. Just astrologically, that's what's going on. So just cut yourself some slack this month. It's not a big deal. Use this time to really just process things and recuperate and rethink, revise things, and kind of figure out where you want to go from here when things start moving forward again collectively. Okay. Heart of the matter for the month of October, moving into the Celtic cross spread, we have the Two of Pentacles. This is your starting place. This is kind of what's on your heart. You guys are going to be busy this month, actually. I think for a lot of you, this Knight of Swords is you're still not moving as quickly as you'd like to, or you're waiting for something to come in and you're not getting the green light yet. I want to say this is more like a yellow light, okay? So with the Two of Pentacles, though, you are busy at work, and you're busy at work on different things. I get the sense that some of you have multiple things going on right now. I feel like you're actually quite on top of it for a Mars retrograde. I don't think all of the signs are as busy as you. I get the sense that you're actually really taking it day by day. You're managing your energy pretty well. I'm really happy to hear that for you guys. So just make sure that you're finding balance. If you do feel a little bit more tired than usual, then just go with that flow and let yourself be more tired. Let yourself take more breaks. Let yourself take longer rests. Take it easy just a little bit, because nothing's really going anywhere. The best thing you can do with the Mars retrograde is to really lean into the energy and take a break when necessary. It's not going to kill you, right? So just keep that in mind. Crossing that, we have the Seven of Pentacles. You're not like... I get the sense that you're right in the middle of a cycle right now. Whatever's taking up your attention anyway. I mean, you can have multiple cycles going on at once, but whatever your main kind of concern is for the month of October, you've been at this for a while. And the Seven of Pentacles is kind of like, you're reaching a point where you're getting a little bit tired. I think the initial spark has maybe worn off, but you're not seeing the results that you that you're expecting to get yet. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, because again, with this Knight of Swords, I'm getting a not yet, right? I don't want to say you're burning out, but you're approaching that place. And so to avoid burnout, make sure that you're really finding things that do inspire you and motivate you onward. Make sure that you do take breaks when necessary. If you need to change up your routine a little bit, change up your routine, do something fun, take a weekend, off to do something kind of unexpected that you wouldn't normally do, or something like that. Something that's just going to keep you engaged when you come back. It doesn't have to be a long thing, right? But just something that kind of breaks up the monotony a little bit, so that you can return feeling more refreshed and more inspired, okay? Deep past, we have the Eight of Cups reversed. You've been forced to move away from something that you didn't really want to move away from, even though you knew it was the right thing to do. This may have been way back in December, January, when we had those big eclipses in your sign. And you may have experienced changes within the same theme around June, July, with the Capricorn new moon or full moon. So between that eclipse period, between January and June, you were going through a lot of changes, and they weren't changes that you necessarily welcomed, even though you knew they were necessary. And so I think you're still feeling really impacted by this year and whatever this energy was. It's affecting the choices that you're making now, because there's this feeling of like really wanting to bounce back. And so I would just encourage you to understand that you can't rush this. You're going to bounce back. You're Capricorn. You keep climbing the mountain. It's kind of like you just reached the point in the mountain where you had to kind of back up and go around because there was a huge rock in the way or something, right? Slow and steady wins the race with Capricorn, but Capricorn is always climbing that mountain. So don't lose hope or faith in yourself. You are doing just fine. You're going to bounce back. You're going to bounce back in ways you don't even realize right now, because you don't take detours for no reason. Whatever the spiritual detour was, this Eight of Cups in reverse, it happened for a reason. Just keep your vision in your sights, keep moving forward, and don't put so much pressure on yourself that it stops being fun. All right, have fun with this, whatever this energy is, okay? Your new circumstance, we have the Justice card. We will be in Libra season. Justice card is the energy of Libra. Yeah, I feel like this is a balancing of the scales for you. And we see that repeated with the Two of Pentacles here as well. October is really about balancing the scales in certain ways, finding balance in your life, finding a really good balance between work and play, finding a good balance between reality and your vision. Some of you may be asked to make some compromises, and that doesn't mean sacrificing what you want or accepting something less. It just means making sure that, for instance, if you if you partner with someone, whether it's a relationship or a career, or any kind of collaboration or partnership that you enter, you're going to have to balance each other's needs and wants, and figure out what you can really do together when you combine your skills. Also, really honor your sense of truth this month. So in this sense, also don't compromise. Honor your sense of truth this month and what you're going after and what you need, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. I mean, that's so Libra, right? Compromise and also don't compromise. Make sure you're compromising on the right things and you're sticking to your guns on the right things. This is about discernment, honoring your truth, honoring your boundaries. The compromise is really about understanding where you're at right now and the steps that you need to take right now. Because again, I get the sense that you're just really wanting to rush something, and it's not something you can rush. So it's not you not getting what you want, but it's about you accepting the step that you're on. You know, like step 7 doesn't look like step 12, and that's fine. You still have to move through the steps. So honor where you're at. Honor what is coming and try not to rush the process too much. It's paired with the Page of Wands reversed. And so, yeah, again, I feel like you're getting all these yellow lights of these, like, not yet, not yet, not yet. And don't let that not yet put a clamp down on your vision or your passion. Keep your passion alive. And in order to do that, you have to make sure that you're really having fun with the step you're on. Expectations are going to be a huge killer. Lack of patience are going to be a huge killer here. Just enjoy where you're at and really immerse yourself in the present moment, the present step that you're on, because the more you're really giving your full attention to where you're at right now, the better you're gonna manifest this at later dates, because you'll really have your focus and attention on what it is that you're doing, which is only going to create a better outcome for you ultimately. So just keep that in mind. In your foundation this month, we have the Judgment card in the reverse. I like this for you. This is about clearing out self-judgment. This is about noticing when you're judging yourself or placing too harsh of an expectation on yourself, or even projecting other people's judgments onto you, which may or may not be there. It doesn't really matter, because this is about you, right? This is about you really honoring yourself and clearing those self-judgments that really get in the way of your own growth and your own joy. I think a lot of this is about making sure that you're really enjoying your process. It's not about the outcome, because there's always going to be another step. Once you reach something, you always set a new goal, right? So it's really not about getting there. It's about being okay with where you're at right now and knowing what you're doing it for, and really finding joy and aliveness in what you're doing right now. That's going to be the key for you. It's going to really ground you this month as well. But it's also a major, major theme. The not yet is teaching you not only patience, which I think this whole year has taught you patience, maybe last year too, but not only patience in this moment, but not like a begrudging patience, like a patience that comes with being really okay with yourself, really okay with where you're at, finding joy in the day-to-day, and really living in your soul's purpose in every moment and understanding what that really means and what it feels like to be in that dynamic balance, okay? Crowning you, this month we have the Page of Pentacles reversed. Another not yet. But this is about you making a plan and sticking to it. This is about you knowing that you're not there yet. You've set a goal, you haven't met that goal yet, but that each day gets you closer. Each day you're taking baby steps and you're going to get there. That's what's inspiring you this month. That's what you're thinking about. Your energy this month, we have the 7 of Swords. Manage your energy well. Now, this is the really big thing here with Capricorn, because you guys are staying busy, even though it's a Mars retrograde. You're going to be busier than most of the other signs. You're going to put more pressure on yourself to continue moving more than most of the other signs. So with that being said, you're going to have to prioritize a little bit. Make sure that you're really managing your energy well, strategizing, moving with the flow, and picking your things, because you're not going to get it all done. Everything that you want to get done, you're not going to get it all done at the pace you want to get it done. So you're going to have to just take things step by step and prioritize well. And that's going to be kind of the key to your happiness and success this month. Don't burn out. Really watch your energy level. And you can save things for later. You can do things at a later time. Pick the most important things and take things step by step, okay? Your environment this month, we have the 8 of Wands. Things are going to move fast in your world. And it might feel like things are moving faster than you can go because your energy level is going to be a little bit on shaky ground. I don't think you're totally depleted, like I said, but you're not going to be at top performance right now. Nobody is, just planetarily. That's not where we're at. So take that in stride. Things may move faster than you expect. And that could be a really good thing in the sense that maybe this month just goes by really quickly, and before you know it, you're back on your feet and you're moving and getting things done, and you're a rock star again. This could just be like October is really fast paced for you, which would be nice. I think things are still moving forward for you. And so really check your expectations, your patience level, how much joy you're getting out of your day to day. Because I think if you were to take some of your own self-judgments and your kind of like hurried mindset off of you and were to see things really clearly as they are, you would see that things really are actually moving for you. I get the sense that some of you were just really excited, and that excitement is kind of like, is it going to happen yet? And like, of course it is. It's already happening. Just look around you, right? So this is about really kind of altering your perception, staying in process, letting go of outcome, all of those things. I see a really big theme here. In your fear position, we have the moon. You're really afraid to take a break because you're right in the middle of a cycle, and you want to keep going. You don't want to stop. And I think there's some fear that if you do stop, you're going to lose your progress. I don't think that's true, because you're still going to stay busy. I don't think that you're going to spend like this super long dark night of the soul period of time in this yin space the way that some people are this month, but you do need to take that time to be in your subconscious, to be in stillness, to meditate, to do nothing, and to really get clear on your own vision and like where you're at spiritually and psychologically and emotionally. And I get the sense that you're not really scared of the emotions yourselves, or at least many of you aren't. But I do just get the sense that because you want to keep moving, there's this real fear of stopping. And so I would encourage you to push back on that a little bit and give yourself some time to really rejuvenate and go inward before you move forward again, because I don't think you're going to lose your momentum really any more than all of us are collectively. Like, nothing's going anywhere. Your work's not going anywhere. Your life's not going anywhere. Just, you might need to make some readjustments based on if your desires change, or your place changes, your emotions, your goals, your drive, your motivations. I mean, things change with Mars retrograde. You'll come out of this different, with a slightly different drive, a slightly different motivation. And that doesn't mean that you're doing like a huge 180 and flipping everything on its head, but it may mean that you need to make some adjustments at some point. And so if you can go slow this month, it'll be easier to make those adjustments, and then you won't have to like retract back and go forward so much. It'll kind of be like, oh, slight adjustment step, keep going, rather than, oh, I went too far because I was in a hurry. Now I have to really backpedal and go again. So actually slowing down a little bit is going to work to your benefit this month. So just remember that. I know the fear is in slowing down, but if you do slow down, you'll benefit more from it than you think right now. And then in your outcome, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And again, this came out like this. It came out on the side, which I usually read as an upright. But here, it's this is really telling you that you do have the fate in your hands. You have more power than you give yourself credit for. I am hearing actually that the wheel's going to turn either way. And so in that sense, you do have to give a little bit of power and let go and let the universe do its thing a little bit, let the wheel rotate as it will, and just move with the rotation. This is asking you not to give up. And this is asking you not to be afraid of your fate and your destiny, because you're going to meet your fate, you're going to meet your destiny, regardless of how you feel right now. I mean, you're still moving towards this thing. It's not going anywhere. This is, again, asking you to kind of slow down and settle a little bit and really stay with your true rhythm and pace. Because sometimes things slow down, sometimes things speed up, but the wheel is always turning. And so just let it turn and be in your process, be in the present moment. That's really what this is telling me. I thought it would be more about kind of like the power of choice here, but it's really more about the power of perception. Like, the wheel's going to turn either way, so how are you going to look at this? Are you going to look at this like, oh, there's never enough time, oh, I could always fail, oh, I'm never doing enough? Or are you going to look at this like, the wheel is always turning, I'm always doing my best, sometimes I need to slow down, sometimes I need to revise, sometimes I move forward at a more rapid pace. Just kind of let the wheel turn and let it flow. And the power here is in your perception, to understand that you're exactly where you need to be and to find joy in that space. Okay. I think that's all I have for you guys. If you have a personal concern, you can schedule a reading in the description box below, and we can talk about how these energies are playing out in your life in particular. I've changed some of my options on the services on my website, so you can ask general questions for 30 or 60 minutes. I've also added career spreads, relationship spreads, soul purpose spreads, and astrology readings, so you can take a look at that if you would like to. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. That's all in the description box below. Make sure to hit like if you liked this video so that other people can see it. Hit subscribe so that you can see the next Capricorn video. And I hope to see you guys in November. Have a good October. Bye.